But a friend of mine that came 2 months ago, they paid the flight and sent her the ticket.
They sent her the ticket
Yes.
before she came.
Yes, they paid the flight.
NHS.
Amazing. Jakpa, Jakpa.
Jakpa. Ìyàwó ológun àrígbádùn.
But then my boyfriend traveled and left me behind.
Oh.
Nursing has always been what I wanted to do, even though there was a little bit of.
Yeah.
We are always fighting hard to protect our pain.
Yeah,
So the
exactly.
pain
Yeah, that's
is what
something I hear
makes-
a lot about from nurses. Pain.
So the nursing pain is what makes you a nurse. Yeah, without the pain, you are
Wow.
nothing. And it can just go like this. If you don't have the money or if you have little support, start from the UK. Then it's easier.
It's easier to
So
go.
it's like a connecting flight.
Yeah, come
You
on.
see and say,
Omo.
not be as e be o. Your body go tell
Your
you
body
oto
go tell you
oto.
oto.
You register with the UK government
Yeah.
to show your interest that you want to be there. You pay about I think £140.
Good.
So after doing that, then the
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the Jakpa Diary. As you already know, my name is me. My name is not me now. You know, with you is Waye. Welcome to this episode. On this episode, we've got another guest for you. And guess who? She is a practicing nurse in the UK. I know you've got a lot of our audience that are always asking questions about nurses. We've got a nurse here with us today in the studio. And we have, I call her Yawo Odogu because she's Odogu's wife to me. But her name is Tina. Hello, Tina. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Hello guys, nice to meet you.
Hello, Tina. Come on. How are you? How have you been?
I'm fine, I'm okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. We really do appreciate it. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you just, on the short notice, you're here along. We appreciate it. How do I say thank you in your language?
Wese.
Wese. What language is that? Where are you from?
Benin, Edo State, Nigeria.
Benin, Edo State, Nigeria. Benin people. Hello, Benin people. So, as we normally ask our guests on this podcast, basically we ask our first question is usually, what's your Jakpa story?
Amazing. Jakpa, Jakpa.
Jakpa. Ìyàwó ológun àrígbádùn.
I would say at the early stage, I didn't have plans to travel out of the country.
At all.
I wasn't part of those that always wanted to travel out
Yeah,
of the
you
country.
did. Now, Ìyàwó ológun. You know, say now you did. Because me, sir.
When I was in Nigeria, I just wanted to have money, be comfortable and everything.
Chilling.
But then my boyfriend traveled and left me behind.
Oh. He's a bad guy.
And that period where I was working, we had a lot of nurses traveling. Right. I think for nurses and doctors, we always had that information. It's just the process was a little bit, stressful. So most people didn't want to go through it. My own case wasn't because it was a bit stressful, but I just didn't want to travel. I was comfortable.
Right.
And when I found out that most of my friends were traveling, they were leaving, and my boyfriend at that time, he also traveled. And I was like, I can do this. It's really not a difficult process.
Right.
I actually tried, and here we are.
Here we
are. We
are
are September 2021 as a registered nurse, and I'm currently a nurse manager.
Come on, nurse manager. Let's go. That is really good.
Yeah.
That is really good.
I think that's really it anyway.
Yeah, so as you said, you weren't one of those people that wanted to leave the country. You were okay in Nigeria. Were comfortable.
Yeah,
where were you practicing before?
I was practicing in Benin.
Okay.
States. So I'm a registered nurse midwife.
Ooh,
so I was practicing in one of the government hospitals in Benin.
Yeah.
I had lots of friends. So
right.
In 3 months, you hear, oh, this person has left. This person has left. And people start asking, why are you not going? Is it because you can't pass IELTS? Or because so they just feel
really
those nurses left in the hospital are those that couldn't pass IELTS or couldn't pass the UK nursing exam. But
wow,
it wasn't because of that. I had my own personal reasons why I didn't want to travel at the time. Nice. But I think I'm grateful I did. I'm living better than I envisaged it, and I'm in a better position and better place now.
That's good.
I have the opportunity to experience nursing in a better scale, and nursing has always been what I wanted to do, even though there was a little bit of
to
it. But we thank God for that, and I think presently I'm enjoying it, and is if you want to travel to the UK or anywhere else,
Yeah.
we have different countries you can always go to. But for the financial upliftment, someone will always say, if you don't have the money or if you have little support, start from the UK. Then it's easier.
It's easier to
So it's like
go.
a connecting flight.
Yeah, come on. I know for
To
them it's
every
like
other place.
connecting flight to
So
anywhere you're going.
it's really a good thing. If you want to travel, the UK is not a bad place to start. It's a
Yeah.
very good
Yeah,
place to
honestly,
start.
my experience with nurses, I've been to the hospital like a couple of times, and the nurses here are absolutely amazing. Like they're so welcoming. I commend you guys. You guys are always so welcoming.
Thank
I was in the
you.
hospital now, and they were offering me coffee, tea. I'm like, where am I?
The
In
NHS,
the
I guess.
hospital. Yeah, it was. I commend you guys. You guys are doing a very good job.
Thank
But
you.
you know, with nursing, like always this nurses are always on the news for the wrong reasons. Like there's always like you guys are not paid enough. What you guys are not. So everyone feels like nurses are just always complaining. What do you think about that?
Well, we're not always complaining. The thing is, when it comes to the issues with nursing, for someone like me,
Yeah,
considering what I was earning back home, when I came here, I thought, oh, this salary is comfortable, it's
you
okay.
can't really
But
complain now.
yeah, you can't really
When you
complain.
first came, yeah.
But when you look at the taxes
Hmm.
and you look at the workload, there are a lot of things I do now as a nurse that back home I don't do them.
Wow.
Even if I know I was supposed to do them.
Right.
Because here we have a lot of policies,
Right.
we have a lot of rules. The hierarchy of their healthcare system here
Wow.
is so cumbersome.
Wow.
And you have to watch how you do things here.
Hmm.
Back home, I can sit in my chair and speak to a patient across the door. We all know it's
Which
not
is
the
not
right. It's
ideal.
not.
Which is not
Yeah,
ideal.
it's not
Yeah.
the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But because of our culture,
Yeah.
my patient will not take an offense. They see it as, oh, we're just having a chat. But here they are very big on, confidentiality and the policies and the rules they have here. So we try as much as possible to be very careful. You can do something back home.
Right.
They consure you for the first time. They talk to you about it. But here they have a lot of things. They have policies that they are going to, use to tackle those issues.
Yeah.
And the main thing here is we are always fighting hard to protect our pain.
Yeah,
So the
exactly. Yeah,
pain
that's
is
that's
what
something I
makes,
hear a lot about from nurses. Pin.
so the nursing pain is what makes you a nurse here. Without the pain, you are
Wow.
nothing. And it can just go like this. So everything you
Wow.
suffered for, just like that.
Gone down the drain.
Yeah.
That is crazy. But I'm sure you protect your pin at all costs.
Yeah, I try my best.
But yeah, it's really beautiful to hear your journey. Like coming, like you mentioned some of the differences between practicing as a nurse back home in Nigeria and here. I reckon there are a lot of like nurses here in the UK. Multicultural is a very multicultural sector. Nurses from different countries. How do you manage? How do you relate with people? Because obviously you guys have different backgrounds. You know,
Yeah,
how do you manage that?
we have different backgrounds, and initially when I was in Nigeria, I thought the process we use in coming here is the same thing for every other
Right.
foreigner. Well, no, it's not.
Wow.
So different countries with their different routes of coming here.
Okay.
We had to do the English exam and some other thing, but some other countries
They
were
don't do
coming here.
that.
No, they didn't.
Just come straight.
Yes, it just comes straight. And the process of coming, when you think about the process of coming, it's a lot. I
Wow.
would
Yeah.
say it's
Yeah.
really a lot. So coming here, you just have to be open-minded.
Okay.
You have to leave everything you've learned back home.
Yeah. Unlearn to relearn.
Yes, that is. We have a lot of people, not just nurses. We have a lot of people trying hard to, adapt. We have people that were matrons and
Yeah,
managers
exactly. And then
back
they have to
home.
come here and
But when you
start.
come to the UK, we all start from band 5.
Wow.
So they find it difficult to, bring their self
Oh,
down to
yeah.
that
Yeah.
level.
Is that something you struggled with as
I
well?
didn't really struggle with it because back home, I think I was the youngest within my teammates.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't really a thing for me.
Right.
I was already used to being, push, do this, do
Yeah.
this. So it wasn't an issue for me. And when I came over, it was very, very easy for me to, mix with the system. And
Yeah.
I was just open-minded anyway. That was what really helped me.
Okay, thank you very much. So, what's the process of coming to the UK as a nurse? Like, you're a registered nurse in Nigeria, you're registered with,
Yeah.
come here, registered with the nurses and midwifery.
The good thing about nursing is there's a lot of information out there.
Good.
And if you are in different nursing platforms, different group, you have access to this information. But the very first thing is before you want to register in the UK, you have to make sure you're already registered with your country. You have your license.
Right.
You are registered with your country. Even if you're in the university, you can start the process. But when you can start the process like writing your English exam and
So
all
you have to
that.
write IELTS.
Yeah, you have to do the IELTS or the OET. So initially it used to be 7 all through the different the reading, writing, and all the stages of the English. But I think my during my set they reduced the writing to 6.5, which was really good. And I think they've reviewed the English language also.
Yeah, exactly.
They are beginning to accept. I don't really know, but I think they are beginning to accept the NARIC evaluations, and if your institution can provide more documentations that you've practiced in English. But what we do back home is the first thing you register with the UK government to show your interest that you want to be there. You pay about I think £140.
Good.
So after doing that, then the UK you have to also register with your nursing, your with NMC, and that's Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. You register with them also. Then the UK NMC, we have to send a message to just the same. We're trying to confirm, is this person really in Nigeria? Because Nigeria, we encourage a lot of quacks and the auxiliary nursing, but they don't recognize that here. You're either a registered nurse or you're not.
Black and white.
Yeah, which is actually the right thing. So when you do that, you've been able to communicate with the NMC and you're already registered. So they send you an email confirming that yes, you can go ahead with other processes. So the two major processes: writing your English exam and writing the nursing exam in the UK. So it's called the CBT.
So you have to come to the UK
No,
to write.
so it's two sessions. So the first one is the CBT. It's computer-based test. So you have to write it back home in Nigeria. We have a lot of centers there. Then after that, when you come over, you do the practical part, which is the OSCE.
You come to the UK to write another exam.
Yes.
Called the
OSCE.
OSCE.
Yes. So the first one is, so when you've done your first registration, you also pay money to the Nigeria NMC to confirm that yes, you are really practicing them. Then after that, you do the CBT, which is the UK nursing exam. After you've done the CBT and you've passed, you also pay another final registration fee.
Wow.
To confirm that yes, you've passed. I think it's about £153.
Yeah, just paying.
So you have to pay that. Then the thing is, once you have passed your CBT, even before you get your IELTS or anything, you can start looking for a job.
Right.
During the
time. What's the process of applying, of looking for jobs?
So we have Track Job, we have Indeed, we have different platforms you can actually look for jobs. The good thing about when I did come around was we had a lot of jobs.
Wow, yeah.
But currently we have a lot of nurses that passed all the stages, but they don't have jobs. So the job, I think the demand
has dropped.
Yes, the demand for the job has really increased. So we have little amount of job currently. So that period it was really interesting. So you come over, you have to get an employer that has that will give you COS, that's for the sponsorship, to apply for your visa.
Does it have to be NHS or does it have
we have the NHS, we have the care home.
Care homes as well.
Even private hospitals, they give you but I think the NHS and the care home was really more popular then. Even now they're still more popular. So they have to give you the COS to apply for this visa. Then you come over, and the package for nurses are very good.
Is it?
Yes, they are very good because you spend money for your English exam, your nursing exam, your registration and everything, your flight. My trust did pay me
everything. Pay you back everything.
Yes.
Cash inside your bank.
They paid me after my first salary. So the thing is, then you even now you still have some trust that I've offers to pay
I'm
you.
an engineer.
I had a friend.
Wait, I'm an engineer. Can I switch?
No, you can. Sorry, stay there. I had a friend that came in last month. They paid everything. So when I was coming, my trust, I had to pay for my flight myself. Then when I came over, they paid.
They gave you your money,
everything back. Just provide your receipt. But a friend of mine that came 2 months ago, they paid the flight and sent her the ticket.
They sent her the ticket before she came.
Yes, they paid the flight.
NHS trust.
So when she came over, they paid every other thing. And for nurses, I don't know if all trusts still do that, but when I came, my trust gave me 3 months accommodation free.
3 months accommodation free. These are things that people struggle with when they move to the UK.
And even with that 3 months, I was still struggling to look for apartment. I was still
Yeah,
struggling
because
to
it
look for
is hard
accommodation.
getting an apartment.
Yes,
Like
it
these are one of
was.
the big challenges that
It was.
people face when they
And
move abroad.
and about well, I wasn't really lonely when I came because I already had my boyfriend
You
here,
had your
and we're always talking
boyfriend.
on
Lucky
phone.
you.
You're always talking on phone, and because we come in group, so we call it
Yeah.
cohorts when you're coming
Cohorts.
as
Nice.
nurses. So
Wow.
they usually come in group. You don't come alone. So
Wow.
when you get to the airport, you see,
So
oh, we're
you've
out to
got
16
yeah,
or
exactly.
17
So you
that's
guys
come.
travel together.
Yes, you won't even know till you've gotten to. I came through Heathrow. So when they came to pick us, I think my set were 14
Wow.
that came. And out of that 14, like 12 of us were Nigerians.
Wow.
You know,
Come on.
come on. So we came over,
Yeah.
and I stayed indoor for 10 days. I was in quarantine for 10 days. But the
Okay.
good thing is we had apartments, so we were like 4 in each flat. So you had someone
Yeah, you had
to
someone to
talk
chat
to.
to.
So my flatmates, when I newly came to the UK, they're like my family now. They were my
Yeah.
very first contact.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really good because
they were my very
a lot of
first
people do not
contact.
have that
When I was coming to the UK, I
opportunity.
think I came with just £80, £80 cash.
Yeah, well, you know you
Yeah,
get paid back all the fees you
yeah, I came
spent,
with
innit?
£80 cash. They already provided food, everything, beverages, and
These
some
medical
groceries
people, I enjoy them.
for us. So I think settling down in the UK was, for
Really
me, it
good.
was easy.
Wow, wow.
Irrespective of the fact I already had someone here that I can always call.
Yeah.
Or but aside that, the family, the new friends I was able to make, it was really, really easy. I didn't struggle at all.
Wow,
I didn't struggle at all.
that's
I
really good
didn't.
to
I
know.
didn't
That's
struggle
really
at
good
all.
to know.
So, but not everyone have that kind of story, you know.
Yeah.
So we still have a lot of nurses struggling to get job. I've got up to 11 friends
Wow.
because
Back
of our
home.
group back home. They've passed their
Wow.
English exam or CBT, but
Wow.
the struggle for job is something else.
And they want to
And
come abroad as well.
of course, they want
Yeah.
to. Although a lot of them, this might not be the final bus stop for them.
Yeah, as you said, transit.
Yes.
Transit way.
So it might not be the final bus
What do you
stop for
think is the
them.
ideal destination, the final destination
I can't
for
really
nurses?
say. I think it's.
Because a lot of nurses want to go to America
I was
now.
telling someone if you cannot save in the UK, you cannot save in America.
Right. Yeah.
So we have people that have stayed here. They've gotten their indefinite leave to remain. They are making the
Good
money here.
money.
They are comfortable. We've got people in the US. They are getting this money, but
Yeah.
they are not
Yeah,
contented.
so it still depends on the
So
person.
you need to have that contentment.
Yeah.
And also, what do you want? Because when I moved to the UK, I had friends that were moving to the UK.
Right.
After like 6 months in the UK, I had friends that left UK and they were moving to the US. And I was telling myself, should I write a place and just move to the US? I'm like, do I have to keep following people?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's all about what you want
Okay.
and what is good for your family, and you can't compare yourself with
To another
someone else.
person.
So just do what makes you
Just do what
happy,
makes
yeah,
good.
and
Good.
do what you feel is good for you.
Beautiful.
That's all. But I must say, I think of all the people I've met, I've not seen anyone that left Nigeria to come do nursing in the UK and regret it.
Regret it. That's beautiful.
It's really good.
Wow.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. I
was gonna ask you about that. That what are the like? Obviously now they've talked about coming to the UK. Talked about the good sides. They pay you back your money. Obviously there are gonna be challenges that you face.
Yeah.
So what are the challenges that you face?
There's a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you are back home and they tell you it's not easy, you don't get the vibe. My husband used to say, when you come to the UK, when you're in the UK, it's like court. You're in a court. When you're telling someone outside the court that this court meeting, you will make sacrifice. So they will tell you, don't mind me because it's in the court. You know, I'm more enjoy. But when you enter the court, you see and say, not be as e be o. Your body go tell you your body go tell you. Ask any nurse working in the NHS, my brother. My brother.
It's not easy, my brother.
It's not easy. You go pass shit too. It's not easy.
You dey pack out for Nigeria. You know you pack out for Nigeria.
For Nigeria, let's just have pass shit once. The thing, because of our culture, we have relatives around that can, easily help. Yes, another thing.
But you have to be there for the patients. Everything that the patient needs, you have to provide.
In the UK, if your salary is maybe £5, you will work for that £5.
Normal level.
You will work for that £5, my brother.
Normal level.
If your resumption time is 8 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock.
If
not
not,
come there 8
hey. So the thing is, you have to be ready.
Yeah.
You have to be ready to work.
Yeah, and these are things that people do not
I've
know.
never had back pain or waist pain in my life. But when I came to the UK,
your back starts to tell you, say, more.
Because it's a 12-hour shift. Back home, we do 12-hour shifts. But that 12-hour shift, you can, relax, have your breaks the way you want in between. Yeah, you have 1 hour break, which is not paid for.
Not unpaid.
It's unpaid. The 1 hour break is unpaid.
Wow.
So you have that 1 hour break here. So you resume your duties as a nurse. So the thing is, when you compare the way we practice nursing back home and here,
yeah,
the difference is clear.
Wow.
Truthfully. The back home, with everything we do here, we are taught back home. There's nothing they did not teach you.
Wow.
But because of the system,
yeah, it's just more relaxed.
You just do the ones you can do.
Yeah,
And
yeah. But here you have to do everything you are taught, and even more.
You have to do everything.
And even more.
You have to document. If not, that pin that you are guiding, sorry,
it's gone.
Sorry.
Wow.
So that's just the thing. So we have a lot of people that have come here 6 months, 1 year. They tell you I'm going back.
Wow.
Is when you ask them why, it's not the pay. My brother, the work choke.
The work choke your neck.
The work is not easy. You'll be on your toes, running left and right.
Center, everywhere.
It's not easy, but the good thing about the UK is, irrespective of where you come from, if you want to move or if you want to progress, it's easy.
Yeah, what's the progression like for nurses? I reckon like when you entry level is band 5. What's the highest band in
I think
nursing?
you get to band 8A or something or 9.
How often do you progress in the band?
So the way it is so for a band 5, let's say a band 5 on a
starting salary of like
starting salary
50K, Abby.
My brother. If you think of that money,
tell us with that now.
You will shoot
50K, band 5.
Na lie yo.
Na lie.
Na lie yo. The thing is, in the UK they don't have salary. Nobody can have salary for you. Just go to the UK website. Bam.
It's there.
It's there. But the problem is when they tax you, the more you work here, the more you are taxed. Yes. The more you are taxed. But about the career progression thing in the UK, you necessarily do not. Some persons they think, you need to have your BSc or you have to have your masters before you progress. It's not like that.
It's not like that.
You know yourself. If you feel you are ready to progress, you move.
Now you're a ward manager. Now you move.
When I tell people I've not been in the UK for, I think I'll be 2 years next month.
You're a ward manager now, aren't you?
Yes, and I came as a band 5. I'm currently band 7.
Come on, I read that.
Not to aim me, money not
day. Bumpy.
Money not day, my brother. If you reason now, you're usual. Money not day.
Band 7 will be like at least 70K.
No, it's not up to. It's not up to. No, it's not up to. But the problem is, the more you work.
Yeah.
So we have advantages and disadvantages to every
with every role, with every job. The more you work,
whatever you feel you pay tax. I know people that have been in band 5 for 20 years, 10 years. They are comfortable. They are okay.
Wow.
But the thing is, when you decide to move out of a band 5 or a band 6, so we have more leadership roles. Okay. So it depends on what you want. Yeah. So back home, my kind of person, I like
progression.
I like where I stand out.
Wow.
Okay. I have ideas. I like that opportunity to talk. Yeah, so as a band 5, I was always observing. I was very close to my managers and all that. And one thing about the UK, you need mentors. We have people tell you, I don't need mentors, I don't need anybody. You need mentors. I have people that are my mentors that don't know me.
Wow.
But I have just one person that we have a lot of nurses that give out information there. We have Nurse Kelvin Osai. We have Proud Nurse MJ. We have Ife Oluwa.
They love nurses online.
So if you are a nurse and you're in the UK, these are people you should follow to give you,
nursing content.
And that idea.
Yeah.
So it's all about what you want, how you want to go about it, and you know where you're coming from.
Beautiful.
If you know that, it's very, very easy. Just do whatever you can do and make sure, for all my lovely nurses out there, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy anywhere.
Sometimes the patients are a bit of a hand.
Yeah, the thing is, you heard a lot of. My sister is a nurse, and she comes back home knackered. Sometimes she's just tired. So the patient, the thing is, you cannot do anything to the patient, right? Yeah, at least you can talk back to patients in Nigeria. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you doing that?
It's not as if we're terrible back home, but it's just because I don't know if it's our culture. You can say something to me, and we just it will just slide. But here, someone can complain that this nurse have been looking at me somehow. The family will just lay complaint, and from there they open unnecessary investigations. And So it might be from a place of racism, it might be from a place of hate, it might be that the person is having a bad day. So you necessarily don't know. So what I do is, it's not that it's easy. I try as much as possible to just leave work at work. I can't give
Yeah,
my
okay.
best to work and come home to my family and they
Yeah.
take the crumbs off me, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Your ability to create that balance between work and home. And if you have a very lovely family that is able
Yeah.
to support you, is
You really need it,
that's the key.
because what you
You
guys
need
go through in the hospital is different. It's a
you need
different
that
world
support.
there.
You need that support. And all the nurses out there, irrespective of your band, we just want to say you guys are amazing.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah,
Honestly, you guys are genuinely amazing.
it's not
Like I
easy.
said at the beginning, I've been to the hospital, and what the kind of care I got from the nurses, it was almost heavenly. I rate you guys. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Tina, for your time today. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
this invaluable advice and invaluable experience into the world of nursing. We really do appreciate you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you to our listeners. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the support so far. The support has been immense. Honestly, I have a factor. Honestly, honestly, I'm exaggerating.
Yeah, you're
I'm
exaggerating.
exaggerating. Honestly. Well, thank you guys so much. Join us on our next episode. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube. Please, I beg, subscribe. Subscribe. Let us bring you more
Subscribe to the
content.
Jakpa
Subscribe to the
Diary.
Jakpa Diary. Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
And
Bye.
until you see you next time, at the Jakpa.